NASA will be unveiling new images today of the massive comet hurtling through space and defying the scientific odds. Its name is Comet 3I Atlas, and it's just the third known interstellar object to move through our solar system.
And when it was discovered, it was traveling at a whopping 137,000 miles per hour. Thankfully, as of right now, there is no danger of it hitting Earth. Joining us now, we're having him back, astrophysicist Avi Loeb. And they should really name this thing the 3I Avi Loeb, because you've been one of the most, if not the most, outspoken experts on.
He is the person that they got in charge on mainly controlling the narrative on this thing. Yeah, don't trust this dude.
This thing. Let's start with the images. What are you expecting these images to show?
Well, thanks for having me. The images were taken when 3I Atlas passed closest to Mars back on October 3rd. And the government shutdown prevented NASA from processing those images and releasing.
Didn't I tell y'all that? What did I tell y'all? I think they watch my channel. I said, listen, people was telling me when 3I Atlas first became a story. I covered it, right? They were saying Sanchez, 3I Atlas is about to pass Mars soon, right? They was like, 3I Atlas gonna pass Mars soon. And guess what? A light bulb clicked in my head. I said, really? 3I Atlas about to pass by Mars? We got rovers on Mars. We should get a picture of it. The next day, it was a government shutdown. When 3I Atlas passed by Mars, they said they couldn't get the pictures because of the government shutdown. It shut down all communication. People, listen to me. 3I Atlas is said to be an object that can wipe out all life on Earth. You mean to tell me that a political little ass argument? Because it ain't like we shut down a communication system because they're broke. We shut them down simply for political reasons. It was nothing wrong with the systems. You don't think some smart man should have said, hey, we know it's a government shutdown, but some things we can't shut down. We need to study this object because this thing is dangerous. Think about that. If the people in government thought that this shit was gonna kill all of us, none of them would have shut the communications down that would have allowed us to track this thing by Mars. That's stupid. What a convenient excuse for you to not send us some pictures back from the rovers of this thing. I told y'all, I said, I smell bullshit. When this thing passed by Mars, we should be snapping pictures of it. And they had a lovely excuse. Oh, well, we can't really process the images because the government was shut down. Well, ain't nothing wrong with the equipment, right? No, the equipment worked fine. It's just political reasons. Some going on with Trump. But that ain't got nothing to do with our life. You didn't shut down the taxes that we paying into the defense budget. We're paying y'all money to protect our life from comets and asteroids, and you took a day off when it mattered the most for some bullshit. And we went for that lie. We went for that excuse. That makes sense to a dummy. That's like I got cameras set up in my house and I'm waiting for an intruder to get spotted on my property, right? Me and my wife spots an intruder on our property, and because we're arguing right now, we turn the cameras off while we get through arguing. Does that make sense? That's what happened in America. We got camera systems that Americans pay billions of dollars every year for us to be using to track objects that's a threat. The most dangerous object of all times is 3i Atlas. It's the one y'all keep talking about. And when we had the perfect opportunity with the perfect equipment that we got set up in our backyard, the people that like to surveil everyone decided we don't want to see 3i Atlas when it passed by Mars. Come on, y'all.
Stupid.
The people that like to watch everything. The people that like to surveil everything say, you know what? Shut the systems off. We don't want to see 3i Atlas by Mars. Why? We arguing right now, man. We ain't got time to pay attention to this object that's about to wipe out the whole Earth. We discussing politics, Sanchez. Chill out now. Yeah, me and my wife see an intruder in the backyard on our property with a gun. But we gonna shut that camera off because she won't make up her mind on what we eat for dinner today.
Stupid.
Them to the public, it would be the highest resolution images we ever had of 3i Atlas with 30 kilometers per pixel resolution. So I very much look forward to seeing what these images reveal. And throughout the month of October, it was not possible to observe 3i Atlas from Earth because the sun was.
Let me explain something to y'all why they did not capture 3i Atlas with the Mars rover. Watch this. Let me show you something. Don't you know that the images we get with the Mars rover are crystal clear? Let me show you. Check this out. You ever peep game? Peep game, right? Here go the Mars rover. Now keep in mind now, we got images of the Mars rover on Mars, which is another red flag. Don't you know that the Mars rovers that we got on Mars are so separated by each other, it'll be like putting a Mars rover on each continent. They will never bump into each other. This is supposed to be an image of the rover that's on Mars. You gotta ask yourself a question. Who took this photo? What they gonna say? Another rover walked up on this rover and took a picture of it? Nah, bro, you can research what I'm saying. They never put two rovers close by each other because they want to spread them out to explore more of Mars' surface. They tell you that. They tell you that two rovers will never bump into each other in their lifetime. So who took this photo? That's neither here nor there. The problem with this is that the images that we get from the rover, look at this. Perseverance rover captures new images of an ancient river. Look at this photo. This is supposed to be Mars, right? It looked like Earth, bro. How do I know this ain't Earth right here? This is supposed to be Mars. Now look, the rover, right? Let me get my camera right. Let me get the screen share right for y'all. So look at the quality of this photo, folks. Look at the fucking quality. Look at how clear that is. Now y'all see why they didn't want to shoot a picture of 3i Atlas with the Mars camera? Listen, folks, here go all the photos you're getting of 3i Atlas. Again, blurred shit. Nothing but abstract bull crap. In one image, they saying this is 3i Atlas. And it's got a bunch of little dots scattered around a little bit bigger ball in the middle. But on this image, they got it like a doggone snake. I don't know what it really looked like. Cause on this image, it's a Soul Train line. And on this image, it's a scattered clusterfuck. I don't know which one is it, man. It ain't consistent. On this image, it looked like, you know, what came out of me this morning because, you know, I was kind of constipated and But I'm just saying, we don't know what it looked like. It looked like whatever they want. Now, here go an image of it right here. It's always blurry. Look at there. It's always blurry. Yeah. Look at this. That's 3-Eye Atlas. See, everything they giving us of 3-Eye Atlas is abstract, staticky, blurry. Right? Look at here. They want to keep giving y'all this bullshit, which is a program, a mental program, because all you going to do is believe in these little images. And that's enough for you to say, oh, it's there. It's real, Sanchez. Bro, ain't nothing up there. Ain't nothing up there. But it's priming you to get ready for an EMP attack. It's priming you to get you ready. When they start saying this stuff is falling onto the earth, it ain't gonna be nothing left behind but nickel and iron. And chaos, destruction. This gonna be the blue beam technology that y'all see in the sky that's gonna justify the EMP blast. They ain't gonna say we just hit you with an EMP blast. We just hit you with a dew strike. No, they gonna say a comet just fell on you. And people gonna believe it because of the blue beam technology that they got lighting the sky up in that area. So when they see the sky lit up and they feel the impact, they're gonna say, of course, that was a comet that landed, but guess what? You ain't gonna find nothing left behind but an impact crater. That's called an EMP strike, sir. That's called an EMP strike. That's direct energy weapon warfare. Governments versus the people, I'm telling you. Look at the images that the rovers on Mars give us. How the hell we got rovers on Mars that's giving us pictures better than the damn cell phones y'all buying? Some of y'all got an Apple 100. And this rover on Mars that was made before the 60s got a better image than you. And they ain't never wiped the lens on it. It's been walking around Mars for decades, and it ain't never tilted over. A wind ain't never blowed it over. It ain't never fell in a hole. It ain't never fell off a cliff. It didn't stumble and tipped over a rock. The lens ain't never got a scratch. The lens ain't never got a smudge. Look at this picture that the rover shot. And ask yourself, why didn't they shoot a picture of 3-Eye Atlas when it was passing by? All they gotta do is point the rovers in that area and they gonna see the whole sky light up when that thing passed by Mars. And they missed it. Why would you miss such an opportunity? This ain't gonna happen again in so long. People, this is so important for science and planetary defense, and they missed it because of some political situation. Not because the equipment malfunction. Because right after this thing passed by Mars, look at here, everybody was back up and covering the story again. But when 3-Eye Atlas was passing by Mars, the big story was the government shutdown. No one was talking about 3-Eye Atlas when we should have been talking about it the most. Now we back talking about 3-Eye Atlas conveniently after it passed Mars. We had a chance to get a real image of what this thing looked like. A clear image, not all the bullshit propaganda that they giving us right here. And they missed it. So that they can get right back to the blurred images and little CGI mental programs. We don't have a real image of 3-Eye Atlas. We got hypotheticals of what this object looked like that are not all consistent. We had a chance to get a real image of it and we missed it. The most important object in space history of all times, we missed it. The most important time to be a scientist, the most important time to be an astronomer, astrophysicist would have been when 3I Atlas passed by Mars. That was a historical moment. And we was arguing about the shutdown. And you don't think that's by design. Because I'm telling you, if they would have had to produce an image of 3I Atlas from them Rover cameras, we would have got a crystal clear image that would have showed us exactly what we dealing with. And and they couldn't do that because ain't none up there. There's nothing there. They only making you believe something there with these CGI images. This ain't real. It's a representation of what they want you to think is there. Blue beam is more than just technology. It is a psychological operation too. The psychological operation is that they need is, the psychological operation associated with the blue beam technology. The psychological operation associated with any technology is basically the narrative that the people who implement that technology on you uses to cover up the technology that's attacking you. They want to give you a narrative on what it is so you don't start asking too many questions and think and get to the conclusion I'm getting to. And the average person ain't gonna think about it this hard. They gonna take the narrative and roll with it. They gonna take the programming and roll with it. It's a belief system, a doomsday cult, a doomsday cult. And guess what happens in doomsday cults? People get real crazy and desperate because they believe the earth is about the end. So they're willing to turn over their power and their rights, man. I researched the psychology of it. Let me tell y'all what y'all do. Go and research when you bored one day. Go research doomsday cults. Go research it. I've done it for years, man. I've been studying and researching so much stuff. Let me fix this so I can stop having some of my screen cut. Let me do some here, because I don't like when they do that. Cutting some of my screen off there. But that looks kind of crazy. That looks better. There we go. Doomsday cults have a form of PTSD that's worse than a Vietnam veteran, and they never been to warfare. Because guess what? If you study the psychology of a person that's in a doomsday cult, they're willing to do whatever the leader tell them to do, because the leader is a person that warned them that Earth is about to be destroyed. He's now their savior. And now they're going to listen to him and say, what do we need to do to be saved? Because everybody else that don't heed the warning, like Noah's and Noah's Ark, they going to be wiped out. So the doomsday cult leader know that the world ain't going to end, but he got to keep the people in a state of fear like it can end any day. That's why they tell you in church, like, Jesus can come back at any moment. A comet can crash into the earth at any moment. And because of that, people panic. What shall I do to be saved? Then now they got you. Turn over your rights. Serve us. That's religion. That's a doomsday cult. If everyone comply, listen to us, no matter what happens, we have a solution to the problem we propose, and it's always going to be more of your control being taken away. So look up doomsday cults. This dude here, he's very famous. But he ain't the only one. If you look at the members of these groups and you start looking at their doctrine and what it does to the mind of the followers, it gets people scared and it makes them turn over their privacy rights, all of that to these leaders of these doomsday cults, because they're being told the world gonna be destroyed, but y'all gonna be saved because we're gonna go over here and basically build our own self-sustaining infrastructure and a system that's gonna protect us from it. So If our government wanted to rebuild the entire system, which they do, they need a radical reason to make everyone freak out and just hand over their rights in this new dictatorship they trying to bring forth. And 3-Eye Atlas is just going to do just that. Not just 3-Eye Atlas, but the entire concept of aerial threats. The only time we have an aerial threat is during Pearl Harbor, September 11. And they want to keep us in a constant state of September 11, Pearl Harbor. So how do you do that? Meteors, asteroids. You constantly have something in the sky to keep them scared. And that right there will increase the defense budget and allow us to gain more power over the masses and more control. And if you want to see how it worked, like I said, go research Doomsday cults. Our government is basically, they're using the same psychology of a doomsday cult leader to take us to the next level of this new world order. The new world order religion is basically the same religion of a doomsday cult. Because that right there will keep people in the right mindset to be submissive and obedient. And it's the stress that come with that, it's the same stress that a Christian got when they're telling their children at any given moment Christ can come to the earth and the world can end. You know how stressful that is? It creates this state of fear that the pastor and reverend need you in to turn over your power, your authority, your money, your time, your attention. Because you get people attention when you go to threatening their life. It's like me putting a spiritual gun to your head saying, listen to me as I'm going to kill you. But in this case, the gun is the threat that the doomsday cult is scaring you with, but you don't know he the one holding the gun. You don't know he the one holding this false ideology that got you handing over everything like a robbery. And he don't need a gun. Because a doomsday ideology will do the same thing that a gun would do in a robbery. They're creating a huge doomsday cult. And Avi Loeb is the minister of it.
Was in our way. Now that it came out, it looks quite unusual. It has multiple jets. Some point.
When you go look up doomsday cult members, they be getting everyone scared, worried. They get everyone willing to increase the planetary defense budget, willing to do whatever because you're desperate. Go research doomsday cult. They get everyone scared, those doomsday cult leaders, but they're still so charismatic. They're like a reverend. They crack jokes. They still make their people laugh. They still have a sense of humor as they tell you that we're all about to fucking die. Don't that sound like a Christian pastor? At any given moment, Jesus can come back, crack the sky open. But in the meantime, we trying to get paid. I got on my brand new $1,000, $5,000 suit, and it's time to joke. Just saying, you're not really convincing me you think the world gonna end at any given moment. Do he look like it? I mean, just look like it. He doesn't. Doomsday cult leaders are very charismatic. They have a gift of gab. They can make you laugh and all that because they know they got to be, they can't just be all doom and gloom because it's an objective here. They got to be likable at the end of the day. It's a religion, like your pastor. He got to be a likable man to the congregation. Now watch this. Imagine this now. You're telling everyone all life on earth can potentially be wiped out, and this is how you're doing it. Just keep that in mind, his attitude, demeanor, and all that, as we talk about life ending. It's so newsy. It's so like mainstream media-ish, set up, planned out, scripted, brought to you by Fox News with a smile and a tie while we tell you everyone's gonna die. And you go for it, and people believe it. This shit's so scripted, it's crazy, man. They know folks still gonna go for it. Now, guess what we see at the beginning of this Fox News clip? An advertisement for Charlie Kirk's organization, Turning Point USA. That's a whole nother stream right there. That's a whole nother stream. That come on now. So now Fox is in the bed with Turning Point. Okay, that's a whole nother stream. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow when we talk about the head of state, pun intended.
NASA will be unveiling new images today of the massive comet hurtling through space and defying the scientific odds. Its name is Comet 3I Atlas, and it's just the third known interstellar object to move through our solar system.
And when it was discovered, it was traveling at a whopping 137,000 miles.
If you would like to call in at any point in the show, let my moderators know, and they'll have me put the link up. But if no one want to call in, we ain't gonna just have people sitting on the call being quiet. What I'll do is I'll play the video right now, and I'll look at the chat room, drop a 1 if you yourself would like to call in with smoke or just an interjection or just anything. If you would like to have a couple of minutes to call into the show, you personally drop a 1. Let me count up how many callers are interested, and I'll see if I'm gonna open up the calls. Let's go.
Miles per hour. Thankfully, as of right now, there is no danger of it hitting Earth. Joining us now, we're having him back, astrophysicist Avi Loeb. And they should really name this thing the 3i Avi Loeb, because you've been one of the most, if not the most, outspoken experts on this thing. Let's start with the images. What are you expecting these images to show?
Well, thanks for having
Oh, you know I gotta open it up for my brother Ricky for sure. Let me open it up.
me. The images were taken when 3i Atlas passed closest to Mars back on October 3rd. And the government shutdown prevented NASA from processing those images and releasing it.
That right there is the biggest red flag, because they know those rover cams wouldn't have captured that. There are no rovers on Mars. These rovers are cameras in the desert of Arizona somewhere. And if something was passing by Mars and we had rovers to capture it, we wouldn't have let none miss the opportunity to capture it. That would have been an important study for our life on Earth, bro. Think about that. This object is dangerous, bro. It's the closest object to get to Earth in a long time. And you don't want to study it when it's in proximity to our best surveillance systems, meaning the cameras that's on them rovers, they give us good images. Look at this. The cameras that we get of 3i Atlas, the images we're getting of 3i Atlas, they're bull crap. Look at this. This the newest photo right here. Come on now. Come on now, people. They didn't want to get a photo of this thing when it was passing by Mars, and we would have had a crystal clear real-time visual like this. They missed it just so they can come and give y'all this. Come on, man. You don't see the programming.
To the public, it would be the highest resolution images we ever had of 3i Atlas, with 30 kilometers per pixel resolution. So I very much look forward to seeing what these images reveal. And throughout the month of October, it was not possible to observe 3i Atlas from Earth because the sun was in our way. Now that it came out, it looks...
Okay, I gotta debunk that shit. We couldn't observe 3i Atlas during October because the sun was in our way. But check this out, people. Check this out. Look at this right here. Here is NASA's high definition footage. This is NASA's high definition footage of the sun. Now listen, we got satellites, they say, in space, and we have satellites, right? We have satellites, right, in space that can so-called get close enough to the sun where they won't be melted. Think about that. We got satellites in space that can give you an image like this of the sun, and it ain't gonna get melted. Now look, the satellite that's giving you this footage of the sun is so detailed, it's showing you real-time photos of shit popping and splashing. But yet the images we get of 3i Atlas, they look like this, y'all. Look at this shit. Look at those blotches and blocks. This shit look like Roblox. This shit look like Minecraft. Somebody took a damn old Sega Genesis and turned that bitch to a camera and took a picture of 3i Atlas. Son, this seemed like it was made out of boxes stacked on each other. This shit looked like Tetris. And this is from NASA. NASA got the biggest budget out of everybody. They got the James Webb Telescope giving us beautiful images of faraway galaxies. But when it's time to get an image of something that can wipe us all out, you get it, you gonna get Minecraft. But they can put a camera right up on the sun and give you a HD video of the sun. This shit's so crazy, it's showing you the sun spinning in real time, y'all. This shit got the sun rotating. Come on now. The sun is literally spinning. You can see clouds and shit popping and moving all. Come on, bro. So they telling you we couldn't get no photo of 3i Atlas because it was too close to the sun, but we can get HD video footage of the sun itself and the light ain't that bright. The light ain't messing with that camera. You get what they say? They saying that the light of the sun is so bright that when 3i Atlas was near the sun, you can't see 3i Atlas because the sun's so bright. So listen, we missed the opportunity to see it when it passed Mars, and we missed the opportunity to see it when it passed the sun. How many opportunities we gonna miss to shoot a footage of to get images of 3i Atlas when it's near our best surveillance technology? They forgot to tell you that we got cameras right up near the sun that's giving us HD videos of the goddamn sun. If 3i Atlas was passing by this sun, why it just won't pass into the view of this camera? It'll be just another object passing by the sun, and we'll say, oh man, some just whipped by the sun if you watching the video. Right? You can't tell me, oh, we can't get no footage of 3i Atlas, it was too close to the sun and the sun bright, but yet we can get footage of the sun itself and we don't get just a bright white picture. If what y'all saying true, like me looking into the sun and it hurting my eyes, imagine you zooming in on the sun with your camera. You wouldn't even be able to look through that camera. It'll blind you. And the only thing you'll see is white. White everywhere you look. That's the same concept behind why we can't see 3i Atlas because it's too close to the sun. But yet we got a camera right up on the goddamn sun giving us HD video footage. It could have just snapped 3i Atlas while it's up there. They can tell y'all anything. So 3i Atlas passed by the sun and this camera missed it. The sun cam, they forgot to tell y'all that we got a surveillance system in space already, man.
That's right.
I want to take the time and ask that if you follow this channel and you appreciate the work that we do, we cannot do it without your support. And one way you can support us is by becoming a member of this channel. And with your channel membership, you will be able to access perks like members only chat room, members only live streams, members first content, and so much more. Thank you so much in advance for becoming a member of this channel.
They forgot to tell y'all, we got cameras already up there floating around, giving us everything we want to see about the sun. Why wouldn't we turn that motherfucker on when 3-Eye Atlas passed by? Oh, well, we can't do it right now because the sun's so bright. So by that same logic, we shouldn't even be able to record the sun in this video right now. Because if my camera can look dead at the sun and record a video of it this close, what the hell stopping 3-Eye Atlas from just passing by while my camera's still rolling? If we can get this, then that's a lie what you telling. They're saying, well, we can't point a camera at the sun. Come on, stupid, it'll just blot everything. Sun too bright, right? I'm showing you that they're lying. You said you already did it before. NASA do this all the time. See, y'all, people don't be listening how they double talk. It's mighty convenient that this camera that we got near the sun can give us a beautiful image. Look, this is HD. And look at the cameras we got on Mars. Look at that beautiful image. Whenever it's time to shoot 3-Eye Atlas with our good and best equipment, we drop the ball on it. We make an excuse. This proves that we don't got no camera looking at the sun and that this video of the sun is just CGI.
That's right.
Because if all this shit was real, they wouldn't be making no excuse every time. We got cameras that can give us HD video image footage of the sun, but oh, they don't work in October because it's so bright. We'll miss 3-Eye Atlas if it just so happened to pass by right now while the camera rolling. Come on, that don't make no sense. Same thing with Mars. 3-Eye Atlas passing by Mars. Oh, we can't film it because the government shut down. People, this shit very convenient. It's so convenient that every time we got a perfect opportunity to get a good, clear visual image of this 3-Eye Atlas with our best equipment that they've been using to give us propaganda, now all of a sudden the equipment can't do it. So the same camera that's giving us this video can't just keep rolling while 3-Eye Atlas pass by, because evidently the sun ain't that bright if we can look dead at it and get this. And then with the excuse that they made with Mars was where the government was shut down. And if the shit passed by Venus, where the dude who worked the cameras near Venus was taking a shit that day, Sanchez. You know 3-Eye Atlas just passed by Mercury. Okay, did we get the footage of it? Oh, no, you know, because the dude who worked the Mercury cameras, he was taking a shit that day, man. It's always some excuse on why we missed the grand moment, the most important moment of anyone that's interested in tracking 3-Eye Atlas. Then your most important moments would have been when it passed the sun and when it passed Mars. Y'all ain't tracking shit. Cause if y'all was really tracking something, them was your grand moments. How do you miss your this your time to shine? Mr. and Miss, we tracking this object. How don't you, listen, anyone tracking this object, they're gonna know in advance, we can't miss this thing when it passed by the sun, and we can't miss it when it passed by Mars. We got to make sure no matter what we doing, because humanity life depend on it. We got to see what this thing is. When it passed by the sun, we need every camera we got that's aiming at the sun to be recording and filming. Well, the sun too bright. Well, we don't give a fuck. We want to look at a video with all white light. That's a dumb excuse to say, well, why we ain't gonna record it? Because it's too bright. Well, try to then. You make it, we spent all that money. There ain't no excuse to not just do nothing while it's passing the sun. Okay, Sanchez, it's gonna be too bright. Well, let's record anyway, and we ain't lost nothing. We just get a bunch of video footage back of brightness. But guess why that's important? Because out of that brightness, it's gonna be a blotch. We're gonna be looking at all this bright white light on the footage, and then the light gonna blot out when that thing passed the sun, and that'll be giving us some data to know exactly when it passed the sun approximately versus the guesswork they're doing.
That's right!
It ain't no excuse to not do nothing. And that's what they did. They did nothing when this thing passed the sun. And they did nothing when this shit passed Mars.
Stupid.
You supposed to be tracking this object. The most important times in your tracking history should have been the sun transit and Mars transit. But you did nothing but give us blurred ass Roblox and Minecraft, son.
Stupid.
And people going for it like a fool.
Looks quite unusual. It has multiple jets, some pointed towards the sun, some away from the sun. It deviated very little from its original path, and that's good news. It's not heading our way. It will come closest to Earth on December 19th, about a week before the holidays, and we all hope that it will not.
Yeah, it's very funny that Doomsday coming. Ha 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 ha. Sherry, can you pour me another cup of coffee? We got Andy here. He's telling us we're about to die. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, we're about to die. Go ahead, Andy. Tell us more about this Doomsday. Ha 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 ha.
Images to show.
Well, thanks for having me. The images were taken when 3i Atlas passed closest to Mars back on October 3rd. And the government shutdown prevented NASA from processing those images and releasing them to the public. It would be the highest resolution images we ever had of 3i Atlas, with 30 kilometers per pixel resolution. So I very much look forward to seeing what these images reveal. And
you see that?
Throughout the month of October, it was not possible to observe 3i Atlas from Earth because
You see how convenient? It seemed like every chance we had to get the best HD footage of 3i Atlas, there was an excuse to be made. And in both excuses is not a good enough excuse. Because if let me let you hear this sun excuse. Let me let him finish.
the sun was in our way. Now that it came out,
How the sun in your way when we got cameras surrounding the sun and we can see anything near the sun? We got basically how they said that we got satellites around the earth. They're telling you we already got systems up there surveilling the sun. See, they be lying to you to get more money for planetary defense, and them lies come back and bite them. The Planetary Defense Department love to boast that it's spending all of this money we giving them to put fancy equipment out there, and it like to give us this kind of stuff. Look at what we doing with your money. But when it's time for the Defense Department to use this surveillance equipment to really track a threat that's in proximity to the sun, now we can't do it because it's too bright. But any other time, that same Defense Department can give us photos to keep us believing in space like all of this shit is real. It's all fake, man. A big belief system. You can give us clear images to make us think space is real, but the same shit you use to give us that, it come back to bite you. When you say, well, we can't record the image near the sun because the sun too bright. Well, wait a minute, big, bad, smart planetary defense. Y'all forgot about this video, right? Come on now. You can record the sun. And when they say, well, 3i Atlas was behind the sun, all the cameras we got, they ain't on the side where 3i Atlas coming from. I'm going to say, well, that's convenient too. Because we got a couple of them up there. We don't just got one camera. They be giving us multiple angles. Let me show you the video. This ain't just one angle from one camera. Look at, they go another angle. They be giving us a whole 360 as if we got the sun surrounded like we got Earth surrounded with satellites. Here go another angle. The video gonna give you multiple angles of the sun. Ain't no way one goddamn camera, one Lone Ranger. Look at this angle. So you telling me we got one solo ass sun camera up there that's zipping around the sun taking different angles? No. Y'all teach us that we got a bunch of cameras up there surrounding the sun from many angles. That's what y'all teach. But now one of them can't see 3i Atlas.
Stupid.
Is always a damn excuse. You know what we ought to say? Well, can we get the footage from that day? Can we at least just, if these cameras are up there and they're always rolling, think about what I'm telling y'all, because y'all ain't hearing me, man. NASA said that they got cameras surrounding the sun. They don't never turn them off. These thing is rolling 24/7, but they don't want to watch the footage with us of when 3i Atlas passed.
Stupid.
Come on now, dawg.
Even if we don't see shit. Like, wouldn't it be, wouldn't you think somebody would say, hey, let's roll all of the footage we got from every camera and let's live stream that. Let's put that up on the news for science. Right? The cameras are rolling right now. Them cameras ain't never turned off. What was on them cameras when 3i Atlas passed? Let's watch it. Well, you ain't gonna see nothing. Well, let me see nothing. Let me see what the camera recorded. I don't care if it's just white light. If the camera is showing us this every other day, what can be so different when 3i Atlas passed? Well, we don't have a camera that captured 3i Atlas when it passed the sun, because out of all the cameras we got, 3i Atlas just so happened to go into an area where we ain't got a camera, Sanchez. Even though we can get all of these angles of the sun, 3i Atlas, look at this angle. You mean to tell me the camera that gave us this angle couldn't pick up 3i Atlas coming from this side or this side out the darkness before it even got behind the sun? Because if 3i Atlas was being hidden by the sun during October, then what about this camera? In order for something to get behind the sun, this camera gonna pick it up, bro. That's facts.
That's right.
In order for anything to get behind the sun, this camera gonna have to catch it. It's impossible for you to not come into view of this camera. We're gonna see 3i Atlas, right, come in from the left or the right, or either from the southwest, northwest. We're gonna see some object just shoot behind the sun. And then when it exits, it'll come out the other side eventually. For anything to get behind the sun, this particular surveillance camera that the Planetary Defense got this security camera will pick that intruder up. I want all of the footage from that camera on the day that Atlas supposed to pass. Is this public? Can we get this like police body cam footage? This footage right here, we need it, buddy. Well, you ain't gonna see nothing, Sanchez. Well, let me see it then. Wouldn't that be important to be talking about? Wouldn't that be important? Hey guys, let's just watch the footage of when 3i Atlas passed the sun or ended up behind the sun. We got cameras up there that's rolling. So for you to say, well, the sun was too bright during that time, well, let us see that. Because guess what? You're not going to tell me that those cameras is giving us footage like this all day, every day. But during October when 3i Atlas passed, they was just blind. Come on now. That don't make no sense. Every other day, these cameras is looking at the sun perfectly fine. The sun ain't bright or nothing. They working fine. But when 3i Atlas passed by that motherfucker, some kind of way, something happened, but they don't want us to watch the footage from when 3i Atlas passed. I don't know why we're not even talking about that footage. But then not only that, we get another chance at it, okay? Because 3i Atlas about to pass Mars, right? So all ain't lost yet. All ain't lost. That's a heartbreaker. Don't get me wrong. That's a heartbreaker that we missed that with the sun, because that's a lousy, lame excuse that don't add up. But all is not lost, because now 3i Atlas is about to pass Mars. Cool. We can redeem ourselves, because the Rover's cameras shoot just as bad as an image as the sun cameras. Look at this right here. That's HD. Cool. So all ain't lost. You would think. Right when Atlas is approaching Mars, a government shutdown happened and they shut down communication. Come on, y'all. Come on now. You don't see the pattern here? Come on, people.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So we just keep missing golden opportunities, and it's so stupid, the excuse we making. Well, the government was shut down. That shouldn't be an excuse for us not to be surveilling an object that can end our fucking life. Especially when the people paying the Planetary Defense Department and NASA to keep us safe. So that's two very convenient moments where we weren't able to see Atlas with our best surveillance systems. But every other time, we was able to see it with the Andy Griffith systems. We always see it with the Andy Griffith systems. Right? We can never capture this shit with our best equipment. Right? But I don't know, the dude with the Andy Griffith camera, for some reason, he always capture it for some reason, you know? The Andy Griffith Show, starring NASA and 3i Atlas.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Ain't nobody using their head. People will take anything they're told.
It looks
Now, he's an astrophysicist, just like Neil deGrasse Tyson. Astrophysicist is a very bogus title. It's a person that studies stars, right? So they got a monopoly. This is some Freemasonic shit. The whole position of an astrophysicist, y'all, is a bogus position for them to sell you the Doomsday religion. Watch your astrophysicists. They're going to be anti-creationism, anti-divine design, intelligent design, Big Bangism, evolution. Humans came to Earth from a rock in space, but yet no rock in space ever brought no other life since then. They giving y'all the religion of the New World Order. It's all to serve their agenda so that they can have a reason to say, to make everyone believe in technology and AI. Because if there's no creator and shit is just hurling around and the creator is so dumb that we can die from the creation itself because it was built with a flawed design, which is blasphemous. Look at the butterflies, the plant life. Look at how everything is built intelligently. You got to question, anything that's able to wipe out all Earth ain't coming from the true creator. Because the true creator has an energy that drives life and sustains life and promotes health, wellness, balance, and life. Why would the creator make a creation, then throw rocks at it and say, hey, one day one of them rocks may hit the shit that I just built and mess it up? That's like Bob Ross painting a pretty picture and then spilling Kool-Aid around it, playing a game saying, I may mess this picture up that I created. Who does that? So in order for them to sell you this doomsday shit, they got to be anti-God. They got the fool have said in his heart, there is no God.
That's right.
It's just random shit whirling around. Because once you say there's a God, then now you're making God clumsy as hell. You're making God throw rocks at his own beautiful creation. You got to get rid of God altogether and just leave it up to random happening like the Big Bang. We can die, we might not die. They already telling you in space, planets get hit with meteors all the time and life get wiped out. So they're giving you the concept of, hey, Earth can get destroyed. We just one of those planets that some can hit us. And they can create a whole doomsday cult, a worldwide doomsday cult. It's crazy because the word doom is a derivative. The modern word doom is a derivative of the old word dome. The ancestors were flat earthers who taught we're enclosed in a dome and that we're protected. That's the covenant, the covering. It's the covenant. Nothing can get in, nothing can get out physically. That would mean objects like 3i Atlas. If we can't make it past the domes or the Van Allen belts, how can a little rock made out of nickel and iron make it through them? Use your head. Dog, man. NASA telling y'all we can't get through the Van Allen belts. With all the advanced technology, we can't get through the Van Allen belts. But 3i Atlas can get through the Van Allen belts, and it's just a little bitty rock of nickel and iron.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
It's literally a floating rock. It's like any kind of nickel and iron composed rock you find off the ground. That's very easy to find. It's just a big one. So 3i Atlas ain't nothing but a rock. It's an earth rock. It's just a big rock of nickel and iron. It can make it through the Van Allen belts and from light years across the damn universe, but we can't. It's just a little rock. We got all kind of propulsion technology. We got all kind of advanced rocket science, but we can't make it through these Van Allen belts. But 3i Atlas can, and it's just a little rock, no different than what you find. Think about it. The technology we use to make our equipment is made out of what? Metals, nickel, iron, gold, aluminum. If we thought nickel and iron could pass through the Van Allen belt, we would use it. So we don't have materials, but we can't pass back through the Van Allen belt because we lost the technology. If you study what 3i Atlas doing, it seems like all we need is nickel and iron. I mean, what exactly do we need to make it through the Van Allen belts? Because 3I Atlas ain't nothing but nickel and iron. And it's been making it through for years, according to y'all. It comes in and out. It turns back around and come through and loops back in a crazy orbit where it keeps coming. Ain't nothing stopping that little ball of rock, that little nickel and iron ball from passing through them Van Allen belts. Just nickel and iron. We got all kind of shit. Why we can't? Okay, let's play the video.
Quite unusual. It has multiple jets, some pointed towards the sun, some away from the sun. It deviated very little from its original path.
I can't believe I got all of these people with wrenches in my chat room and y'all letting Rob Notches live. Don't y'all know when he come in here, he's supposed to get jumped on? Every wrench out there ought to be hitting him upside the head with that wrench. Bop, bop, boop, boop, streaming flat power. We ain't got no love for you.
And that's good news. It's not heading our way. It will come closest to Earth on December 19th, about a week before the holidays. And we all hope that it will not deliver any unwanted gifts.
Sure.
Well, the reason this is getting so much attention is that there has been some conjecture that this could...
We are hoping it won't deliver any unwanted gift. Like what? You just being vague just to keep people scared. And it's an agenda behind this, y'all. It's an agenda behind this. You are hoping that it doesn't deliver any unwanted gift. Like what? I don't know. An unwanted gift. Like what, Avi? I told you I don't know. I just want people to be scared for no fucking reason. So I'm just going to be vague and talk like Dracula.
actually be an alien spaceship. That'll wake you up, right?
Woke me up.
What are the chances of...
You telling people all this bad news and all they got to say is, really? Like you told them a gossip story. You know, child, she got pregnant yesterday. Ooh, for real, child? You know that comet probably crashing to Earth one day. It may deliver some unwanted guests. Say it ain't so, girl. For real, honey, child? This shit is so scripted.
Towards the sun, some away from the sun. It deviated very little from its original path, and that's good news. It's not heading our way. It will come closest to Earth on December 19th, about a week before the holidays, and we all hope that it will not deliver any unwanted gifts.
Sure.
Well, the reason this is getting so much attention is that there has been some conjecture that this could actually be an alien spaceship. That'll wake you up, right?
Woke me up.
Alien spaceship. And they want to push all these agendas, man. This part of the Doomsday Code.
What are the chances of that being the case?
Well, it has 12 anomalies that I described on medium.com, and
Of course he's gonna play into the alien agenda. Come on now, this Freemasonic agenda.
you know, these should be explained if we want to believe that it's just a natural comet, an iceberg. However, you know, if it doesn't show any clear evidence for technology, if we don't get a transmission, it doesn't maneuver, we don't see artificial lights, then it's probably just an icy rock that happened to pass by, and we can all go to sleep without.
I believe on December 19th, when that shit get closest to Earth, we gonna see some weird shit. And we gonna go into the new year with a new narrative on trying to explain what we saw from the 19th. December 19th may set the whole narrative for 2026 when it comes to UAP. It's gonna be the closest it ever been to Earth. We missed the opportunity to get it when it was by the sun. We missed the opportunity by Mars. Now that it's gonna be near Earth, and hopefully some of our satellites near Earth can pick it up. But you know they gonna have another excuse, right? Ain't no excuse for us to fuck up a third time. You think they gonna strike out? Drop 3 strikes in the chat room. You know it's gonna be an excuse. We got one last shot because we got systems in upper space, in upper atmosphere, all that can point outward and catch this thing when it passed by Earth. But they ain't gonna do it. It's gonna be a third excuse. They might not even talk about it because the average citizen ain't gonna even think about that. Like, listen, we can track it again here with our Earth-based surveillance systems. That's what they up there for. That's why the planetary defense got them shits up there, man. Just for objects like this that's passing near the Earth, we can track it, study it, get pictures of it. So let's see if the planetary defense do they goddamn job. Because they giving us all these pictures of hundreds and thousands of satellites surrounding the Earth, and can't one of them give us a picture, a clear picture of 3i Atlas when it passes near the Earth? Because we sure hell dropped the ball when it passed the Sun and Mars. So you think these bastards gonna strike out? Of course they is, because it's a bunch of baloney.
Without any concerns.
Yeah, I have big Christmas plans. I don't need this thing blowing them up literally on December 19th. But what does it say from an astrophysics perspective that this thing remained fully intact after passing as close to the sun as it did?
Well, it's definitely unusual in the sense that the composition
Now is unusual. Because everybody know when this thing passed the sun, the electromagnetic field around the sun, it spans all the way to Earth. And even when it get to Earth, sometimes they say it messes with our systems when the sun sort of have a burp or a hiccup. And we far from the sun. We 93 million miles away. According to them, 3i Atlas was right behind the sun, y'all. It was within striking distance of it and came back out in a perfect shape afterwards to where NASA can pick it right back up like this, all in one piece.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Don't y'all see what the sun is doing to poor old Mercury? Look at little old Mercury. Mercury right there orbiting the sun, and according to scientists, Mercury getting beat up on, man, by the sun, right? 3i Atlas passed behind the sun and come out in one piece. Damn. Of course he got to say it is very unusual. Yes, that is very unusual. People are so goddamn stupid. Of course he got to say it's unusual. It's bull crap is what it is. 3i Atlas can go near the sun and not get burnt. What kind of shit technology is 3i Atlas? And that's why people think that the shit is alien. And I'm telling you, it just don't exist and is all propaganda. Ain't nothing up there. It's all psychological operations.
That's right!
And once they can get this embedded in everyone's psyche, then they can go to the next step in this damn agenda, which in my opinion, is gonna be very evil if my theory is correct with these direct energy attacks and these system crashes, communication system crashes, to aid them in this reset. You got to destroy before you can rebuild, man.
That's right!